It's Miss Donna, and I miss seeing all of you on Sunday. Do you think maybe you could say hi to me loud enough that I can hear you from my house right now? Why don't you try it? Say hi, Miss Donna, super loud. Let's see if I can hear you. I think I heard some of you. Oh, I miss hearing your voices. So friends, today we are going to do church at home, and one of our storytellers, Miss Anna, is going to tell us our story today. So settle in, get comfy, and get ready to hear Miss Anna.
Hi friends, this is Anna and
Nadia
here, and I just wanted to say that I miss you so much, and I wish I could be at church actually with you right now. And I was telling this Bible story in person, but today we're doing Bible story at home because we're sitting at home just like you are right now, and we're still gonna do our church at home. So here we go. We're gonna start just like we always start with a song. So I hope you can sing for me at home, and we will sing for you from here. So shall we? It's time to read the story, story, story. It's time to read the story from the Bible. And I miss when everybody would just shout out Bible together. Remember those big, strong, happy voices? So I also wanted to ask a question. First, what do you do when you want to say something you want to share? Let's practice that. We're gonna raise our hands up. And then I have a question for you, friends. What are the two big parts in the Bible? The Old Testament and the New Testament. So today the Bible story will be coming from the New Testament. And here on this paper, I just drew a little something quickly to give you a hint of what we'll be talking about today. So here we've got our plate, and we've got a cup, and we've got
forks
and spoons and a knife. And what do we use these things for?
eating.
Yes. So today we'll be talking about this one very special meal. This meal that Jesus had with his disciples. And this meal was during the celebration of Passover. So soon we'll be celebrating Passover too. Yeah, so listen, Anya, Nadia. And during Passover, people would celebrate how God rescued his people from Egypt, from the times of slavery, remember? And now, during this Passover meal, the last meal that Jesus had with his disciples, he was talking to them about something very, very important. He was having a meal with them, and he was telling them, he was sharing of what's going to happen very soon. Remember how after the Passover we have Easter, right? And what do we celebrate on Easter? We celebrate how Jesus died and then he rose again. Right? And how he came back to life. So, Nadia, thank you so much for helping me out. So now, he was telling his disciples what's going to happen. He was telling them how he's going to die, and how he will get back to life again. But they couldn't understand him really. They couldn't understand all the things that he was telling them. So when he took his cup and when he shared the meal with them, he told them to remember and to have hope in God. So I wanted to ask you, friends, what does it mean to have hope? Do you have an answer?
That means I think it means when you're like it's really hard, but you're still thinking that you can do it. You're still thinking they can.
But that's good. Yeah, so you that's hope. And what does it mean to have hope in Jesus? It means you're waiting for the good things that God promised to happen, right? So you believe that God will do what He said, and that the good things that He promised will happen. No matter how hard times are or how happy times are, we can still have hope in Jesus. So I wanted to ask you too, so now when we celebrate Passover and when we think about that last meal when Jesus was telling what's going to happen during, like before Easter, I wanted to ask you, how can we have hope in God? How can we have hope in Jesus now? Same as always, same as in those times when He was sharing with His friends, we also, we can know, we can have hope in Jesus, and we can share that hope with others too. And how can we show God's love to other people? How can we share it with other people?
By telling them about it.
And maybe we can show it
helping.
through our own actions, right?
Mm-hmm. By being nice and kind to people.
Yeah, and taking care of them. I just wanted to tell you, friends, happy Passover celebration with your family. And I just wanted to tell you that, again, we miss you so much and miss my church, and we miss our time together. But we have our hope in Jesus.
Yeah.
Now as always. And thank you for listening to this story time with me and Nadia. And we'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Thank you so much, Miss Anna and Nadia, for helping tell us our story today. Well, I wanted to read you that same story in one of my favorite books. It's this book right here, the Jesus Storybook Bible. Raise your hand if you have it. Do you have it? I love this book. So we're going to be reading the story of the Last Supper today from the Jesus Storybook Bible. This one is called The Servant King. It was Passover, the time when God's people remembered how God had rescued them from being slaves in Egypt. Every year, they killed a lamb and ate it. The lamb died instead of us, they would say. But this Passover, God was getting ready for an even greater rescue. Jesus and his friends were having the Passover meal together in an upstairs room. But Jesus' friends were arguing. What about? They were arguing about stinky feet. Stinky feet? Yes, that's right, stinky feet. Now, the thing about feet back then was that people didn't wear shoes. They only wore sandals, which might not sound unusual, except that the streets in those days were dirty. And I don't mean just dusty dirty. I mean really stinky dirty, with all those cows and horses everywhere. You can imagine the stuff on the streets that ended up on your feet. Ew. So, anyway, someone had to wash away the dirt, but it was a dreadful job. Who on earth would ever dream of volunteering to do it? Only the lowliest servant. I'm not the servant, Peter said. Nor am I, said Matthew. Quietly, Jesus got up from the table, took off his robe, picked up a basin of water, knelt down, and started to wash his friend's feet. You can't, Peter said. He didn't understand about Jesus being the servant king. If you don't let me wash away the dirt, Peter, Jesus said, you can't be close to me. Jesus knew that what people needed most was to be clean on the inside. All the dirt on their feet was nothing compared to the sin inside their hearts. Then wash me, Lord, Peter said, tears filling his eyes, all of me. One by one, Jesus washed everyone's feet. I am doing this because I love you, Jesus explained. Do this for each other. Now, one of Jesus' friends had made a bad plan. No one else knew what the bad plan was, but Jesus knew. And so did Judas. Judas was going to help the leaders capture Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. Go on, Judas, Jesus said, And Judas got up from the meal, left the room, and walked out into the night. Then Jesus picked up some bread and broke it. He gave it to his friends. He picked up a cup of wine and thanked God for it. He poured it out and shared it. My body is like this bread. It will break, Jesus told them. This cup of wine is like my blood. It will pour out. But this is how God will rescue the whole world. My life will break and God's broken world will mend. My heart will tear apart and your hearts will heal. Just as the Passover lamb died, so now I will die instead of you. My blood will wash away all of your sins, and you'll be clean on the inside in your hearts. So whenever you eat and drink, remember, Jesus said, I've rescued you. Jesus knew it was nearly time for him to leave the world and to go back to God. I won't be with you long, he said. You are going to be very sad, but God's helper, the Spirit, will come. And then you'll be filled up with a forever happiness that won't ever leave. So don't be afraid. You are my friends and I love you. Then they sang their favorite song and walked up to their favorite place, an Olive Garden. So friends, we hear today about how Jesus is our hope, that he's our hope that we can be made clean on the inside. And I love that on their last night together, Jesus and his friends had a meal together and they sang together. So I think that's what we should do right now. So we're going to sing a few songs together with Mr. Esau. So if you know the hand motions, I want you to do the hand motions. If you don't know the hand motions, I want you just to make them up. So stand up and get ready to sing and dance.
All right, guys, My Lighthouse. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. In my wrestling, in my doubt, in my failures, you won't walk out. Your great love will see me through. You are the peace in my trouble. Whoa, you are the peace in my troubled sea. In the silence you won't let go. In the questions your truth will hold. Your great love has seen me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Whoa, you are the peace in my troubled sea. Here we go, my lighthouse. My lighthouse, my lighthouse, shine in the darkness, I will follow you. My lighthouse, and I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore. I won't fear. I won't fear what tomorrow brings. With each morning I'll rise and sing. My God's love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Whoa, you are the peace in my troubled sea. Here we go. My lighthouse, shining in the darkness, and I will follow you. Oh, 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 my lighthouse, and I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore. Sing me. Fire before us, you're the brightest. You will lighthouse, shining in the darkness. I will follow you, oh, my lighthouse, and I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore, here we go, safe to shore. Called So Good to Me. 1, 2, 3, go. 2, 3, 4. I waited patiently upon the Lord, and He inclined and heard my cry. He brought me up out of the miry clay, and put a new song in my mouth. He gave me beauty for ashes and joy for my mourning and praise for heaviness. Put a new song in my mouth and a crown on my head. He gave me life forevermore. Together, He's been so good, so good to me. So good, so good to me. So good, so good to me, Jesus. He's been so good, so good to me. So good, so good to me. So good, so good to me, Jesus. 'Cause He picked me up and He turned me around and He placed my feet on solid ground. Hallelujah, hallelujah. 'Cause He picked me up and He turned me around and He placed my feet on solid ground. Hallelujah, hallelujah. I got love, joy, peace, and righteousness in the Holy Spirit. Whoa, yeah. Whoa, yeah. I got love, joy, peace, and righteousness in the Holy Spirit. Whoa, yeah. Whoa, He's been so good, so good to me. So good, so good to me. So good, so good to me, Jesus. You've been so good, so good to me. So good, so good to me. So good, so good to me, Jesus. 'Cause He picked me up and He turned me around and He placed my feet on solid ground. Hallelujah, hallelujah. 'Cause He picked me up and He turned me around and He placed my feet on solid ground. Hallelujah, hallelujah. I got love, joy, peace, and righteousness in the Holy Spirit. Whoa, yeah. Whoa, yeah. I got love, joy, peace, and righteousness in the Holy Spirit. Whoa, yeah. Whoa, He's been so good, so good to me. So good, so good to me. So good, so good to me, Jesus. One more time. He's been so good, so good to me. So good, so good to me. So good, so good to me, Jesus. Hope you're safe and healthy.
Wow, friends, that was so fun to sing and dance with you. Well, we're done for this Sunday, but I'm looking forward to being with you again next Sunday through your TV or your iPad or your computer, however you're watching. I want you to know that we miss you and that we love you, and we hope you have a great week.